Hello and welcome to my late night show, Joy of Working. I'm Chaya Srivatsa and I'm here to share with you all my experiences in various jobs I've done. Yesterday I told you about my enterprise and how I failed as an entrepreneur. So what? There are so many other alternatives, isn't it? Which came to me in a very surprising way. I wanted to continue my teaching, but not in a college. I wanted to become a trainer. Where do you train? You need a break, isn't it? And the person who gave me that break was Mr. Ramana, who was in charge of the Bharat Electronics Training Center. I went there and met him. I told him I have teaching experience. I have also worked in corporates, so I could perhaps be a good corporate trainer. He said, Madam, I'll give you one opportunity. If you're able to handle that, we'll see. Well, I did many programs after that for them on conflict management, on leadership qualities, and it was a very busy period. Subsequently, I've done over 500 training programs in corporates for over 50 multinationals, public sector, private sector, just about everywhere. Since I've given myself a self imposed time frame for my show, I'm going to only tell you some of the very interesting programs I've done. I'll just share with you some of them. One of them was thanks to Ravindran Keshwan, NTPC PRO he was. I've done several programs for NTPC. The most interesting one was in Kayamkulam in Kerala, where we did the entire day's program on the houseboat sliding along the backwaters. It was such an interesting experience to do a training program like that. Another one was with Siemens Limited, where the entire staff, the Bangalore office staff, with their families, went and stayed in a beautiful Taj resort in Ooty for 3 days. And I was there all the 3 days, single facilitator. Right from morning, I would do exercise classes with them. It was called Getting to Know. Till late in the night, we had different modules which I did with them. And they were kind enough to book a room for me and also my husband. So you see, in a way, my husband also had a lot of fun with all the kind of things that I was doing. Another interesting program I did, in fact, the NTPC ones were very interesting, but another interesting program was with Meena Narayan, who was HR person with Godrej and Boys in Bombay. She gave me several programs, and it was all on the topic joy of working. It was in Bombay, Delhi, Chennai. So I did a lot of traveling because of all this. In fact, the NTPC one, I went right up to their township in Anta, near Kota, stayed there for 3-4 days in their guest house and did the program right from their worker level to right up to the general manager and their wives and their children. Another program which I remember is for Timken Engineering, where I had to do this program on sexual harassment guidelines of the Supreme Court. The POSH Act hadn't yet come, so these guidelines were the ones which were creating the buzz. They asked me to do the entire company, morning shift, evening shift. So I must have done about 20 for them, and they sent me to Jamshedpur to do it in Hindi for all their union staff. They told me, Madam, please be careful. I said, why should I be careful? This is not mine. This is the Supreme Court guideline. Another big thank you to Srimati Shiv Shankar of HCL, who gave me the opportunity to do many. When she was in Infosys, we did many programs for all the Infosys DCs, the delivery centers in Trivandrum, in Chandigarh, Hyderabad, Pune, all over the place. She was in charge of diversity, so we did this program in all these places. And when she moved to HCL, she gave me the opportunity again to go to the latest one. Before the lockdown I did was in Noida, and before that in Lucknow. So you see, I've seen good... Oh, you know what? My camera fell. I had to pick it up. I'm sorry. I've got to share these things also with you, isn't it? There's nothing wrong. Everything doesn't go tickety-boo. And you learn to handle emergencies when you are working. So this is a kind of a job, right? So I was just telling you about all the lovely training programs I've done. And the takeaway from all this is that everywhere your audience is different. They're different. You've got to speak to your audience. I remember doing this program for Procter & Gamble in Bhopal. This was called Visibility in an Organization. And the ladies, it was meant for the women, they actually, some of them did not like some of the things I've said, because I have a little different kind of perspective to women's issues. They didn't enjoy it so much. So that those things also happen. You'll not know, that even in another place, I believe, I did a program called Marriage Masala. It went very well for nearly 11 sessions. The 12th session, somebody didn't like what I said and they raised a red flag. So you see what happens? You get bouquets, you get brickbats. It doesn't matter. As long as you are true to whatever you're telling them, it's okay. Out of 20 people, if one person doesn't like whatever you said, it's not your problem. It's their perception problem. You agree? So training is a very, and right now they call it coaching. They don't call it training, they call it coaching. And there are many master classes to say how to become a millionaire by coaching. I didn't become a millionaire, but believe me, I got a lot of friends out of my coaching. And that part of it, I will tell you after a couple of more days about the coaching part of it. This was training. I call it tripping into training. So I'm very thankful to all those who gave me the opportunity to do these things. And they believed in me. They trusted me. Thank you, friends. I'll be with you tomorrow for some more experiences. Okay? Bye.